We are all aware by now that MG is in fact British, right? But not many people have heard of MG because of how silent the image of MG has been lately. Because you see, MG Rovers went bankrupt in 2005, but before their bankruptcy, MG was famed for doing coupes that were just fun to drive or that were just hobby vehicles. They were purchased by a Chinese company, and that Chinese company resurrected MG. They kept MG alive, and this is today what they've come up with, guys. However, this is not the first product they've come up with from MG. In Europe, MG has been dormant because after the bankruptcy of MG Rovers, they stopped sale in Europe. They were purchased by a Chinese company. That Chinese company continued selling MGs, but in China, domestically in China. However, lately, in the mid-2010s, MG was brought to Europe. And I'm not sure if it was necessarily in the mid-2010s, but all I know is that it was only recently they set foot in Belgium. I am very happy that we're getting a broad range of hybrid engines, guys. Plug-in hybrids or self-recharging hybrids. This is the MG EHS. It's a plug-in hybrid, guys. It's amazing, it's very economic, it's a 1.5 plug-in hybrid. Ooh, that sounds amazing. Now, the moment I set eyes on this MG EHS, I instantly felt like I was looking at a premium car. It looked like something luxurious. In fact, the first thing that popped in my mind was the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, but it's amazing, guys. It's so cool. This MG EHS costs 35,000 euros. Is this good value for money or not? We are going to determine this in a moment, everyone. Let's get on with this review right now. This MG EHS costs 35,000 euros. Around 35,000 euros. Now, is this good value for money or not? We are going to determine this in a moment, everyone. Let's get on with this review right away. So first, I would like to talk about the exterior design of this MG EHS. I'm very impressed with how premium it looks. I like this shiny chrome right here that surrounds the grille. It looks interesting, actually. Very good. From this angle, it's quite nice, actually. It reminds me of Mazda a bit. Now, this has to be one of the rare occasions when I see a car brand use the entire grille to its own benefit. Because what some car brands tend to do is they have some plastic here, so it blocks the air intake. Whereas this MG has it completely open, so there's full air intake, guys. I am a very big fan of the design of the wheel. It looks very, very interesting, everyone. In my opinion, it looks actually premium. And it's kind of got a two-tone color theme to it if you look carefully. Now, this plastic looks very nice around the wheel. That's very good. This will save you a lot of money in long terms because this prevents wearing of the body paint. It protects the body paint from mud, from dust and such. This is the rear of the MG EHS. Looks interesting, guys. I'm actually very impressed with how it's got a huge exhaust right here, guys. On this side, you have your plug-in hybrid recharge. And on the other side, you would have the refueling cap for the petrol. Lovely chrome that surrounds the windows, everyone. Now, guys, I am very impressed with this MG EHS. This is very groundbreaking. However, there's some reoccurring flaws I've noticed about this MG. And one prominent flaw I've already noticed about it is how the design is it looks like a mix of different cars, in my opinion. Like, it just doesn't scream MG to me. Because when you think of MG, you think of the coupes they used to build back in the 70s or back in the 90s. Or whilst the design is nice, I find this sort of imitation of a grille a bit questionable. I like how this design is round edge. It's very good. However, I'm under the impression it just doesn't look very... This straight line over here, I feel like this straight line over here doesn't pair well with the round edge design over here. It just doesn't look right. You know, it would have been better if the design was more blended. But it's okay, it's not a big deal. The position of the reverse light is a bit questionable. Like, it's a bit small and it's also all the way down there. Now, for an SUV, wouldn't it be more wise to have a reverse light here instead of all the way down there? Now let's move to the interior, everyone. This door is long, so it covers the entire part over here. And that is very good because on a muddy day, you do not want this part covered in mud, since your leg will always make contact with it when getting in and out of the car. Plus, I like how it's written MG over here with sporting style over here. You're not buying it for the aesthetics or for its identity. You're buying it because it's good value for money. It's got the premium styling, and well, it's also a plug-in hybrid. I have to point out something positive first, and the positive note I'm going to point out right now is that it is premium. It is good quality in here. Those have to be one of the most premium looking sports seats I've ever seen on a car of 35,000 euros. I've never seen this on a car of that price, guys. Never. Sports seats. That's epic, guys. Those kind of seats look like they come from a car worth 70,000 euros. Now, guys, I have to confess the interior quality is very good, like I've repeated, guys. I'm very impressed with the soft touches and also how the leather is squidgy. The plastic is squidgy, and also you have the leather. I love this styling of the leather. It's very interesting, guys, especially let alone a car of 35,000 euros. It's very good. It's very good. Now, those seats, those are the seats I was talking about, guys. Just look at it. What 35,000 euro car comes with this? So, you get a 12-volt socket and USB connections, cup holders, and a rather thin storage over here, which I can assume is for your coins. So you have the wiper controls there, the lighting controls here, and then underneath, hiding here, you have a third stoke, and that is for the cruise control. You get extra storage over here. Don't you just like the design of those air vents? It looks like jet engine air vents, guys. Wow. This is the glove box. I like how it's very easy to open from the driver's seat. And then here you have the space inside. It's quite spacious, actually. So this is the center console storage, guys. I love this part of the car, guys. I mean, look, you get lighting here, and also you get to open the sunroof. That's actually very, very good. I like it. I mean, look at it. Just look. Open air panoramic sunroof. You get a door handle that doubles as a door pocket. Very good. And also the center door lock. A big water bottle would fit in there. And I like how this speaker is surrounded by chrome. The fuel cap button is over here. The hood latch is over here. The lever. So that's actually quite nice, guys. So they've put it all the way there, so there's no way you'll accidentally open it with your feet. On the steering wheel, it's all media controls, guys. The instrument cluster, guys. Now, I like the presentation over here. I like how it's surrounded by chrome, and I'm assuming it's all digital, so that's a plus. Don't you just love this nice decoration, the stitching of the leather? Overall, I was very impressed with the interior, but you see, there are some recurring flaws about this interior, and a prominent flaw I noticed already, like the exterior, is that this interior doesn't have its own identity. I mean, I look at it, and I just don't know what car I'm sitting in. It doesn't feel like something MG would do. Like, seeing this kind of design kind of reminds me of what Hyundai has been doing lately. Very impressed that there's extra storage over here, but the storage is rather tiny. It's good for your coins or for your cards, but I can't really see much fitting in there. Now, this is very good presentation, guys. Don't get me wrong. I like it. But for some reason, there are two buttons here and here. They have no purpose whatsoever. It looks like a beautiful place for extra storage, doesn't it, right? Like, you think this will open and you'll have deep storage in there. Right, well, now you guys are going to understand why I say this is another flaw. I mean, look at it, guys. Look. It's so shallow. And this is not even a storage. This is just a place for your USB and for your 12-volt socket. But there's no storage. So you have this whole trim here. It's so big, it's beautiful. But then as you open it, it's all this just for something shallow and for USB connections and for a 12-volt socket. Wow, that's I mean, that's like, yeah, I mean, there could have been more space. They could have made it more deeper, but it's... I wonder what's the reason behind it, guys. Let's move to the rear of this MG EHS. Must say, it feels very premium. I mean, look at it, guys. I have a lot of leg room, I have a lot of knee room, and I have, well, I have enough space, guys. I mean, it's so comfortable. I even have a nice armrest, guys. And this, oh my goodness, the moment I saw this, I was like, wow, this is so premium. Especially for a car of 35,000 euros. Look at it. Nice cup holders. That is something special, guys. And this is a nice shallow storage area. Headroom space is very good, guys. I have a lot of headroom, which is quite expected for a car of this segment, so I don't even need to point that out. You get rear lights, you get a coat hook, and you get a nice rear seat handle. Don't you just admire this nice leather stitching right here? It's amazing, guys. And squidgy plastic. You don't get climate controls, but you do get air vents, at least. That's a plus. And you get USB points all the way at the bottom down there. I'm very impressed with the comfort level here. It's unquestionable. It's very good. However, I spotted some little flaws already, and that is this rear seat pocket is practical. However, it's plastic for some reason. Like, why didn't they think of using some fabric as a pocket for a rear seat? Like, look at it. It's plastic, so it doesn't stretch much. This side door bin is practical, but in my opinion, it does look a bit shallow. It's not very deep. Now we're going to move to the rear of this MG EHS. The spaciousness is a bit average for a crossover SUV. However, the space may be a bit compromised because of the hybrid technology battery hiding underneath. I have to point out there's straightaway some things I noticed that were odd, and that is the absence of 12-volt sockets and tether points, guys. This is very unusual, especially for a car of this price, guys. Like, I don't see any tether point, I don't see any 12-volt socket anywhere. So here's my conclusion about the MG EHS. Guys, I think this is a massive step up in the game, guys, and this is something very special from MG, especially in 2021, you know, because before we all were used to MG coupes. You know, like, whenever I thought of MG, I straight away think of this MG coupe they used to do in the 70s. However, this is the MG of today's generation, and it looks fabulous, guys. It looks amazing. It is very, very promising. That's all I can say. It's very promising. I look at certain parts of this car and I think to myself, is this supposed to, like, yeah, you know, it looks like something I've seen on other cars for some reason. But, you know, I don't think it's called copying. I don't believe that for a second, and I would never say this. Instead, I believe this is called being inspired. And it's very good. I'm very impressed that MG is learning from other brands. But I'm under the impression at the moment it just doesn't look like they are doing much effort to differentiate in the design, you know? It looks too conspicuous. It looks too obvious that it comes from somewhere else, you know? They want to make it more... They have to blend it, you know? What I'm saying, they have to make it more like it's their work. They have to make it more special. They have to make MG more special, more appealing. And I think the best way to do this is to go back to the 1970s or the 1980s and see how the real MG Rovers used to look. But overall, guys, despite the identity issues, I'm impressed. And I think MG should keep up the great work, and please, MG, go back to the 1970s and grasp some information over there, some inspiration from there. Please, be yourself, okay? Be yourself. My opinion of this MG EHS. This MG EHS is very promising. I love it in that sense. It's very good quality, it's good value for money. But it does have the identity issues, which bothers me. So, Yeah. But I still love it nonetheless, guys. I love it for its effort. I love it for what it is. It's trying its best, okay? MG is putting a lot of effort. They are pretty new to the market, so at the beginning, it's always difficult. It's always bumpy. But then, eventually, as you go deep into the market, as you grow, as you expand, as you develop a reputation, you get better in this, okay? Everybody at the beginning is always bad at doing something, okay? Every beginner is always bad. Nobody becomes an expert in one day. So, I believe this MG has a lot of potential, and this is their starting point. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run.